I'll
Why aren't we in the show? What is going on? That's your job.
We here now.
Okay.
We here now. Mark it.
Welcome to AltadenaTalks. Today's theme is Throwback Thursdays. So we're expecting the audience to chime in for some of the stuff that they used to do or is not here anymore or what have you. So we want to start doing the theme first so you kind of get the gist of what's going on. So in case you got things to do,
What he said.
you could tune in. So without further ado, my name is Brian Bacchus. You'll never be. And to my left is the infamous, the incomparable. Need I say more?
Dr. Slipman. Now, I'm Jamal Smith. Welcome, everybody. Episode 52, or I'm sorry, Season 2, Episode 52 of Altadena Talks, where we actually provide a lot of resources, some fun, all kind of good stuff for those who are affected by the Eden fire so that we can actually help rebuild Altadena bigger, better, stronger than it was before. And have some fun while we do it. Yeah. Remember that? $6 million man?
Yeah, we're going to start Throwback Thursday, baby. I'm trying to tell you, I'm starting the theme off.
Better.
Y'all not recognizing, so
Stronger
chime in
than
with
it
me.
was
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Ding, 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 ding,
Keep
ding.
it going.
Yeah, I
We're
used
going to
to
have to start pulling up some of those sound effects for Throwback Thursday.
I
That's
know.
going to be fun. That's going to be
Gotta
fun.
figure out where that was gonna be. There's gotta be. Yeah, we can get them.
That's going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, no. There's, trust me, dude.
A plethora.
I have the sources.
I
So
know
anyway, Jamal's going to go ahead and take advantage of the show. And while you're watching the slides, I'll be watching my coffee get hot. That's exactly what I'll be doing.
What's up, y'all? Gonna do the slides today. Gonna keep it moving. So here's the thing everybody's been talking about. That deadline is coming up on the 31st. That's next Monday. All right. This is for FEMA assistance and SBA loans for physical damage. And the last one, which is the one that's always been on the 31st, is a right of entry for you to either opt in or opt out. Now, here's the thing. I actually saw, I think it was on a FAQ section of the recovery.lacounty.gov website that says if you don't do anything and that expires, there's or no, I saw it on a link. If you don't do anything and it expires, hold on, let me do this real quick. Add myself here, and if you do this and it expires, there's going to be what is it called? Your property may be considered a nuisance, and the city may come and still take care of it, but they're going to bill you at a much higher rate. So I saw this on a post online, and it was from an interview with the, the mayor, Karen Bass. So go ahead and sign up, opt in or opt out. Just do something. Now, if you do opt out, you do have until the 30th of June to get your property taken care of. So please definitely knock this out. Next up, the claim resistance or claim assistance for all these items are available on Wednesdays from 9 to 1 and Fridays from 1 to 5 at Jackie Robinson Community Center. That's at 1020 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Pasadena. And the Disaster Recovery Center is at 540 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. It's open from 9 to 7 Monday through Saturday, not on Sundays. Okay. And again, still trying to verify if after the 31st, all this is going to go away or if it's going to be kind of just limited hours at that point. The one-stop shop for the permit center is very near the disaster recovery center at 464 West Woodbury Road, Suite 210 in Altadena. They're open from Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Now, this is just for you to pop in, and it's just a walk-in situation. And if you want to make an appointment, you actually can make an appointment, and you could do that by reaching out to recovery.lacounty.gov/rebuilding/one dash stop dash permit dash centers. Now, the appointments are only going to be available on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9:30 to 12:30, and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Again, this is just for your appointment to have a rebuilding consultation. Okay. Union Station Homeless Services is still offering items on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It's hygiene kits, bedding materials, full size body wash, and hair washing materials. They're offering food such as shelf stable food, snacks, sack lunches for babies as diapers, wipes, and formulas, as well as assorted gift cards for other different items. This is available at 412 South Raymond Avenue in Pasadena. This is their USHS Adult Center. And if you have questions, you can send an email to eatonfire@ushs.org. The Pasadena Church is offering Dina Relief Drive. This is at 425 Sierra Madre Villa Avenue in Pasadena. This is every Saturday until they let us know it's going to stop. It is from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And if you're willing to volunteer, they do need them. So please scan this QR code in order to volunteer. The Junior League Pasadena is also offering they're collecting donations right now from this Wednesday until tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And they're only collecting household cleaning products, baby formula, diapers, baby wipes, hygiene products, and personal care items. They're not asking for any donations of clothing. And then on Saturday, they're going to distribute those items that they collected for the week. And it's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. At 149 South Madison Avenue in Pasadena, and they are checking IDs to make sure that you're are from the affected area. The World Kitchen is always doing stuff with not just by themselves, but with in conjunction with other locations, and they do have a couple hub locations around our area that are providing portable water stations as well as farmers markets and free hot meals. One of which is Iglesia del Nazareno at 3541 Brandon Street in Pasadena. It's open Mondays through Saturdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then there is the Sierra Madre YMCA at 611 East Sierra Madre Boulevard in Sierra Madre, and Gordy's Garage parking lot at 843 West Woodbury Road in Altadena. Both of these last two locations are open from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and then they reopen again from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pasadena Oaks College is offering a distribution center where they're providing face masks, new women's clothing, air purifiers, gloves, and disinfectant wipes, adult diapers, and baby formula. These distributions will be held on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Pacific Oaks College is located at 45 West Eureka Street in Pasadena. I got a new flyer for this particular one. So LA Fire Justice is putting on the Eaton Fire Town Hall meetings with Aaron Brockovich and former Pasadena Assemblyman Mayor Chris Holden. One was done yesterday at Harambe Ministries, but there is another one today at 6 p.m. at Mahari's Restaurant at 145 Palmetto Drive in Pasadena. They're going to discuss detailed analysis of what started the fire, talk about the case against Edison, homeowners, renters, business owners, and the potential claims you might have, insurance considerations, and what to expect as you rebuild your homes and life. You can actually scan the QR code in order to register for this particular event. There's also going to be a, well, that was yesterday. Sorry. This April 1st at 9:30 a.m. You can join the open session board meeting of the Altadena Chamber of Commerce. They will have special guest presentations by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Major General J.E. Kelly, Julia Juarez, who's the Deputy Commissioner of California Department of Insurance, and Mark Wingate, Debris Task Force Leader for FEMA. The open session allows chambers to meet members, the entire community to engage and inform. Um, Let me remove this real quick so I can see the Zoom link. Oh, so you would just go to altadenachamber.org in order to register for this, and they'll have a Zoom link provided a couple days before the event. Next Tuesday is the last Tuesday that Taco Bell is actually offering free tacos in the Food for Less parking lot. This is at 132, I'm sorry, 1329 North Lake Avenue in Pasadena, and it's from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We Out Here Market is every Wednesday at Fair Oaks Burger. They have hot meals, snacks, clothes, shoes, jewelry, hygiene products, kits, face masks, and more. This is at 2560 North Fair Oaks Avenue in Altadena, and you do have to provide proof of residency. Come on out every Saturday in April and help clean, paint, and plant trees and such at Loma Alta Park. It's for their May 10th reopening. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. every Saturday, as indicated before in April, located at Loma Alta Park at 3330 North Lincoln Avenue. And to register, you would use the Bitly code there. The Eden Fire Collaborative is a group of local nonprofits, community groups, city, county, and state officials dedicated to helping those affected. You can actually get real good information about them at EdenFireCollaborative.org. And then this weekend is the second of four installs of the Jazzy Jam Glam Prom Dress and Suit giveaway, where they're providing vintage and new suits and dresses to every um, high school senior who was affected by the California wildfires. So this weekend is the 29th and 30th. They will have two more the following weekends, so April 5th and 6th, and April 12th and 13th. It's sponsored by Jazzy Jam for Empowerment in association with Soul to Soul Solutions, and it's 11 to 4 at the Paseo, which is at 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suites 139 and 141 in Pasadena. And you do need to scan the QR code in order to register for this event. There is a pop-up distribution where clothing items, baby items, shoes, personal care, water, and more will be provided at Altadena Arts Magnet, which is Allendale's location at 1135 South Euclid Avenue in Pasadena. This will be today from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. For information, you can contact Madeline at 626 926 7892 or Ruby at 626 372 3440. This Saturday, there is the Wildfire Recovery and Rebuild Conference from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Hilton Pasadena, which is located at 168 South Los Robles Avenue in Pasadena. Attendees can actually learn information about opting in assistance, banking and mortgage, insurance, engaging with an architect and contractor, legal considerations, and property tax and assessment. To register, you would scan the QR code at the bottom of the flyer, or you can go to thesentinel.net. I'm sorry, the LA, you can go to lasentinel.net. Also on Saturday, you can meet with First Choice Design and Development to start your rebuild. This will be at 87 North Raymond Avenue in Pasadena from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. They are asking that you scan the QR code to reserve your seat because seating is limited. And while there, you can actually learn about and get answers to questions about planning, permitting, WUI compliance, and more. And if you sign up for the event, you can get their Rebuild Our Neighborhood Builders bundle, which includes a 5K solar system. Today, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., there's a men's healing circle. It's going to be at Paseo Outdoor Mall, 300 East Colorado Boulevard at 151 Pasadena. To register, you would go to the link of bit.ly/DH sacred lessons. And then on the first, at the same location, Paseo Outdoor Mall, 300 East Colorado Boulevard, Suite 151, you can attend somatic meditation with Salome Wellness Collective. This is where you can discover the Salome method of meditation. This is going to be Tuesday, April 1st from again 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can reserve your spot by going to bit.ly/DH Salome. That's S as in Sam, ALOM as in Mary, and the letter E. On April 5th, Saturday, April 5th, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., No Finish Lines presents the Dina Family Reunion. This will be located at Octavia E. Butler Magnet Middle School at 1505 North Marengo Avenue in Pasadena. There's going to be music, vendors, food, sports games, and more. Should be a nice event for the whole family. Loveland Community Develop Corp also presents on Saturday, April 5th, the Empowerment Festival for families affected by the Eaton Fire. This will be at 10 a.m. through 5 p.m. at Pasadena City Hall at 100 Garfield Avenue in Pasadena. There'll be live performances, carnival games and activities, youth panel discussions, empowerment workshops, community giveaways, networking and resources, as well as food. Our local Altadena resident, Stephanie Capps, started collecting new and gently used quilts donated from quilt stores and quilters all over the U.S. to then make her own quilts and pass some of these out at different community events and outreach and pop-up events to share through these thoughtful gifts. If you'd like to get information and get in contact with her, you can reach out to Steph Capps, that's with two P's, CAPPSRN, as in registered nurse, at gmail.com. Or you could reach out to her on Instagram at all caps RN, again, two P's, and you can reach out to her and get more information there. And then the folks at Heart Touch are offering free massages on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. through September. It is for those affected by the wildfires, both the survivors and the firefighters. It's at 3400 Airport Avenue, Suite number 55 in Santa Monica. You get a 45-minute massage, complimentary care package, and a peaceful and welcoming environment. Yeah. And that's it for the five in Santa Monica. You get a 45-minute massage, complimentary care package, and a peaceful and welcoming.
I was watching.
I know
from
you're watching
afar.
on platforms. So that's it with the announcements for the day. Now we jump back into was it Throwback Thursdays? Let's see what we got to talk about today.
Throwback Thursdays. Okay, we got a comment. Got a comment. Hey, well, that's what we're trying to be. That's what we started it off as.
That's so cool. I had a nice conversation with Marcus yesterday. We talked about a variety of things. One of which was similar to the comment he made below. He actually, in conjunction with doing his work and what have you, kind of has us kind of in the close background, kind of paying attention, see what's going on, and we really appreciate you being there from the jump and providing those the daily comments and the interactions, man. Definitely appreciate that. And everybody, it's not Marcus isn't the only one, but I definitely want to thank him because he's there, usually one of the first to comment. We really appreciate it.
Yes, we do. Because without you, we couldn't be us. No, seriously, the watchers, the people who look at this every
No,
day,
it's
that are coming here to get information because that's what we started this off as, and it's still continuing to be the
yeah,
same way. I mean, that's what we do. But we also bring you more because we try to do a lot of investigations. I mean, Tony is the watchdog of it all. And
yes,
just to let you know, we are now broadcasting live directly on her page now. So,
nice.
and I believe after we get done today, you and I should test to see if we can do it to Altadena Talks Instagram because I'd rather have it go there than
Right,
to
yours.
mine.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, we got to
and
definitely get
we got Mr. Pickens looking at it live all the way. Hey man, what time is it there?
It's like
Is it
4 hours ahead.
4 hour difference?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
that's a difference. You ready to come on, shake it out? Well, I'm trying to ask. Oh, you put yourself in.
You
Okay.
talked me
He's
up.
like, I know how to do it now.
Well, we going live on your page. You got
Oh,
no
cool.
choice.
I was trying to log in and I heard you say Tony something. I was like, oh, I popped in at the right time.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
1:30.
3 hours
So
different.
it's only 3 hours. Okay. He's in the DR watching the show.
Well, a few
Yeah.
weekends ago it was 4, but yeah, man, Podge. That's our affectionate name for him. We appreciate you too because he's kind of been there from the get go. He doesn't always chime
Right.
in, but I get a
That
call
is
from
true.
him like every day afterwards, like, "Yo, good show. I like that. I really like what you guys are doing, man. I can't,
That's dope.
you know." And if he
And
doesn't
now he's
watch it
got to get
live,
ready
he'll
for the
definitely
morning.
watch it later.
Got
Yeah,
to
when
get.
he's getting ready for the morning. Oh
Oh,
my god,
we have this running joke, Tony.
oh my god.
Every time Podge is over the house, he goes, "Well, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta get ready for tomorrow." I'm like, "So what's gonna happen tomorrow when you get there?"
I'm waiting for the comment now.
It's so funny. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Thanks,
There's the
man. We
positivity.
appreciate you, bro. Now he ain't got that one. That ain't got to him yet. It's a
It
20
got to him
second
yet.
delay, so he can go hear it now.
Hilarious.
Oh my God, we
Well,
got
look,
so many inside jokes. This is funny.
Thank you, Shotty. That's my sister-in-law right there,
Shotty.
Shawnee.
Oh, Shawnee. Hi,
Yeah.
Shawnee.
Hmm.
Hey, I popped in real quick because I wanted to make sure, like last night we had this Builders Town Hall follow-up call, right?
Did you get my WhatsApp link?
Wait, real quick. Look, I got ready for. Gotta get ready for tonight. Oh, God. All right. Sorry, that's definitely
Okay.
inside joke.
No, it's okay. That's what you were laughing and talking
Well,
about.
now everybody know.
You sent something in WhatsApp?
I sent you the link for the recap for the that you can send out to everybody, but there's an admin one that I'm going to send to you. So that one you can send out to everyone.
Okay, that's cool. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, if
And
they want,
Tony,
so you can see the action items on the right, the bullet points on the bottom.
Oh, you did that with that Fathom thing, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah,
this
because
way, nobody.
I was just gonna send my Zoom thing, so that's fine. I'll use the Fathom.
and part of what you're probably going to talk about, I have I'm gonna share my screen because they have something that references it if it's the like for like part.
So it's not just like for like. I want to make sure that those links are dropped for people so that they can do whatever. So I'm gonna put the links in the private chat because it's good to show them, but I want them to be able to look at it for their own so that they can understand it as well. So I'm going to put this one, and Brian, I don't care what you do with it because you know you like doing short links, all that stuff. I'm going to just do the link in there. That one that I just
that's a lot. They ain't gonna be able to see that.
That's fine. Make it Altadena and Fire Rebuilds, whatever you decide to do it. That one is not the like for likes. That one is the setbacks. So you can title it setback guidance if you want. And then there's this one, which is, and I'm sorry, Jamal, I didn't mean to cut you off. I don't want to take away from Throwback Thursday. So I figured let me jump on real quick.
That's information people need, so that's why we're here.
Yeah, and this one is the like for like B. I'm gonna put this, and then you could shorten it or whatever. And everyone can also go look at the Zoom call from last night. It is on our YouTube page. So if you want more details and you want to see a video of the fireproof material, we've talked about it on here, building houses basically that you would almost put together like a puzzle, because they either bring this robot out and do the whole 3D house on your lot with the 3D robot and print it there, or the panels. So as part of the call last night, we talked about these three things, the like for like. One thing that's really important with the like for like is that now, we've had back and forth 1 million people because we just don't know, and things have changed about the 10%, meaning you can build 10% above what your regular footprint is, right? But what they've realized is instead of it just being 10% now, this is as of March the 20th, LA County Planning has said you can do up to 200 feet, 10% or up to 200 square feet, whichever is greater. And this is for homes from 2,000 square feet on down. The ones that are above 2,000 square feet, 3,000, whatever, you can do the 10%. But homes that are underneath 2,000 square feet, as of March 20th, they're saying you can either do 10% or 200 square feet, whatever is greater. So if your house was 1,500 square feet, the 10% would have given you 150 extra square feet that you can add on. But they're saying if you want to go up to 200 and that's greater, you can add on and you won't have that, I believe, additional tax and all of that. And the reason that is because they have also realized that with fire code, health and safety code, and what's the third code? It's in there. Yeah, I could pull it up. I mean, I have it in front of me. I have it, but I have those documents up. So I'll look at one of the documents. But the 3 codes, right? You won't have the space because they're saying we may have to have sprinklers, right? Part of the code is, fire code, building code. Thank you. Building code, fire code, and health and safety code requirements.
Oh, right here. Sorry.
They're requiring larger doorways. They're requiring, as part of the new building codes, right? They're requiring some changes. And if you're using this hardscaping, this fireproofing materials and all of that, that's going to add more to your footprint. So if the walls have to be thicker, or they have the fireproof coating, or there are these panels that are fireproof, or you're having to put fireproof stucco on the outside of your home, or you go with, siding that's fireproof as part of the hardscaping, they know that that's going to take up that footprint, even if you did 10%. And so now you're at 150 extra. This is on a 1,500 square foot home, right? 150, that's still going to take up part of that. So your bathroom might not be as large as you want. And they said there has to be more turning around room in bathrooms and things like this. So that's why they've now increased it to either 10% or 200 square feet, whichever is greater, for homes 2,000 square feet and below. So that's actually really good. It's a good thing because, of course, with the new hardscaping and the new building code requirements and all of that, and fire requirements and health and safety code requirements, there's going to be some things that change, right? And so that's why it's so important that people get this information. So that's why, even though this is Throwback Thursday, I just popped in real quick to make sure people had these links. People had that information. It came out a week ago, on the 20th, or 8 days ago. And that is specifically for the one that is the rebuilds or the smaller sized homes, is with the link that Brian put in there. And then the other one is a little bit confusing because it talks about setbacks. And I had Ariel, the architect, and 4 of the builders from the town hall were on there last night. So Ariel and Allison are going to do a letter and get that off this week to the Planning Commission, because what they're talking about is setbacks. So what they're saying in that letter is, if everybody you got 2 sides of the street, north and south, right? Or east and west, whatever. But on your particular block, on your side of the street, on your block, if every single home burned down, then there has to be at least a 20-foot setback for the foundation and all of that, right? From your property line, not necessarily from your curb. Altadena doesn't have a lot of sidewalks, but there are curbs. But from your curb in probably 6 feet, sometimes it's 3 feet, sometimes it could be as much as 8 or 10. But everybody has that, I call it an egress, but the right of way that belongs to the county, even though it's your property, and that's for like fire emergencies, all kinds of stuff, right? So that first however many feet, but if you go to the center of the street and measure in and you find your pings, which is where your property line actually begins, from your property line to where your house starts, when you're rebuilding, if every single house on your side of the street, on your block burned down, then it has to be a minimum of 20 feet for the setback. If there's, like we saw, 6 houses gone, 1 house, and then the rest of the block gone, then that 1 house is the guideline for the setback. Okay. And that again is on your side of the street on your block. Now, the other side of the street, same thing, right? If there's one that's up and it's 8 feet back or whatever it is, that's the guideline for where all of the rest of the houses should start as far as that setback. But if all of them are gone, then there has to be at least a minimum of 20 feet. So one of the things in the discussion last night was, okay, but what happens if everything is gone, but like some people, their lot is not big enough for them to have a 20-foot setback, right? Because in the back, they would have no yard or whatever. That's going to be a case-by-case thing. Obviously, that the planning, LA County planning is going to have to look at that use case for that house when your builder, architect, or whoever submits your plans, when you guys submit your plans. So that one's a little more confusing, and we don't have like real solid answers on that yet. So Allison and Ariel are going to be doing a letter. And when we get that information, I'll put it on here. Obviously, we'll talk about it. But I will probably in another 2 weeks or so hold another call, which is basically just follow-ups from the information that we know or that we're getting, and whatever other information we can give to people so that they are aware and they know the guidelines. And again, they're guidelines, which means this is what we'd like, but we know we have to be flexible because everybody is not going to be able to do this based on your lot. So those are the 2 things that I wanted to just jump in real quick before we started having Throwback Thursday fun and do right after the announcements to kind of discuss a little bit of the business so that people are aware. So setbacks, and that link is there. And the other one is 2,000 square feet or less homes. You can now go either 10% or 200 square feet, whichever is greater, for a home up to 2,000 square feet. So that's that.
That was still important information. It was part of the announcements to begin with. So you jumped in right on time.
Perfect.
That's great stuff, though, because I know a lot of people are going to have questions about that, because we've had many questions throughout our, episodes when people would talk about, sidewalks and how that would actually work, and we've discussed setbacks. So this is good guidance, and hopefully they get a little bit more, specific with, the details, because I know, like you said, some of those questions are a case-by-case scenario. Hopefully they can get those answers for those.
Yeah, super important. And then the thing with sidewalks too, I know that we've had a couple people say that on here. Mm-hmm. So Altadena is known notoriously for not having sidewalks, right? Above like Altadena Drive or whatever, and some other streets. But sidewalks are not an easy thing to say, oh, everything burned down, we'll just now build back with sidewalks. So sidewalks are under the Altadena standards, community standards. And you literally can say, oh, I want a sidewalk in front of my house, but you have to get everybody on your block to agree. They take some of your yard, right? If it's a 3-foot sidewalk or whatever, you lose that as part of your property. You no longer own that part of your property. So your property line now begins further back. So with the assessor, you have a smaller lot. Everybody has to agree to it on your block, and there is a cost. And there are permitting costs. It could cost each homeowner around $15,000. So I don't know that people really want to spend 15 racks on a sidewalk in front of their house, just to have a sidewalk, because we're not used to having sidewalks.
Altadena didn't have sidewalks.
Right. That's the beauty of Altadena. We don't want them. If we did, if you want a sidewalk, you move to Pasadena, right? Because that's a city. Altadena is unincorporated, and part of the beauty of Altadena is that there aren't any sidewalks. So I know people are saying, "Oh, well, now we could just have sidewalks." But what happens when you get sidewalks? You don't.
But, for 100 years without.
But because we're not in a city where you're walking like. In Altadena, you walk in the street, you just walk in the street. That's part of it. And we're not such busy streets because it's so much residential.
Well, right? The main streets have them, well, not Altadena Drive.
Exactly.
They got a sidewalk between Santa Rosa and Santa Anita. No, Lake, you're right.
Little one. So that also, and I'm glad you brought that back up, Jamal, but that's so important because I know people can spit things out, and usually it's newer Altadenians. It's not people that have been there for 40, 50 years, right? That just know we don't have them. It might be somebody that bought 10 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever. Like, I want sidewalks, then go buy in a city that has them. Because what happens is when you have sidewalks, the city or the county has to maintain them and keep them clean and all of this. So now your tax base changes as well, because that's part of your taxes. So there's a whole lot that comes with sidewalks. Which is why Altadena has always said, no, we don't want them. We're unincorporated. We're not a city, right? Where the city would take care of it. And so we're good. So that's that. I will be done with all the business stuff so we can get back to the fun Throwback Thursday stuff now.
Well, we back. What's up, Joe Love? Appreciate you. He's over there on Instagram checking it out. One more. We're probably not going to be going live on Instagram on my page anymore. We're going to start going live since it's a new season on AltadenaTalks Instagram. So hopefully everybody can follow that. It's Instagram, AltadenaTalks. You know, real simple. So we're trying to branch it out. Jamal's going to come on board one day and add his profile, and then everything will be great. Everyone can see how this thing works out.
Plus, we started to do that like a month ago and never finished. So yes, I will complete.
Well, the thing is, it goes to each person's thing individually. Mm-hmm. So your insights are your own. Just know that. So when the insights start to grow, and we can show everybody, okay, it's being watched over here this many times, being watched over here this many times, over here this many times. We don't lie about the numbers. Facebook gives them to you. They're right there. I'll take a screenshot towards the end so we can show you. We don't mess around with the numbers.
Snapshot.
The whole thing is we're here for you to create an environment that you can come to without the rhetoric that you hear on all the news stations. We're getting right to the nitty gritty. Tony's like the 60 Minutes meet CNN. When we were good, not now. What is it? MSNBC without the nightmares keep showing the same videos to scare you to death. No, there's
all the major news do the same thing.
3 months later, then the fires are still going. Look at the burned, scorched area. Come on, dude. We're beyond that now. Why don't you show the part where it's clearing the lot? So where's the news coverage for that? Where's the news coverage at these town halls where people aren't coming to cover for press because they don't want you to hear the good part? The solutions. They want to hear I want to hear the complaint. Yeah. We're here to not bring you that. We're here to bring you the facts. Straight out.
As factual as we factually can.
Yeah. Even if we got to check it right there on the spot. We made that mistake once on this show. Once. Once. And I'm glad that was early on.
And we made our way through that pretty smoothly, I think. I don't think a lot of people understood what happened.
And hopefully that person has gone and gotten their credentials. Well,
hopefully they, they're doing okay.
We love to see them thrive. I mean, the whole thing is you are putting forth the effort. As long as I don't see it as a money grab, because when it becomes to be a money grab, we just want to come help out the dinner with the fires. Where's the money going? That's all I gotta say. So That's a throwback Thursday for you. Creflo Dollar.
Wow.
You know what? I cannot
Wow.
with you calling out Creflo.
Creflo.
Right. He went back.
I need 10,000 parishioners to get me this G5 jet because God said I need to go to these conferences in style. And people need to recognize who I have become. Like the one pastor who just got 15 years for bilking the lady, his own parishioner, out of $90,000. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's sad.
People, this is the internet era, bro. This ain't Tom Vu when he used to be like, look at all these houses I got. You can have them too. Come to my seminar. Remember those infomercials that used to come on TV? All these
I'm really
yeah.
glad that I actually go to a place where my pastor has integrity. And then y'all saw his regular fun side the other day when he was on the show with us. So
not only that, but he had financials. He had everything that you need to have. He had a fiscal sponsor for the event that he's doing, so he's covered.
Yeah, you know. and like I said, they'll show you anything you ask. They'll be like, "We're open book. You need to see what came in and what went out. Here you go." Mm-hmm. So I'm thankful for that, for real.
Just like our site is getting revamped, so you can see all of what we're going to be doing with our foundation. There will be no dime unlisted, because the whole point is we're trying to set the standard for these other nonprofits, because a lot of them don't show their financials. Now, I'm going to tell you, there are now 400 registered foundations in Pasadena, Altadena, right?
Is this all since the fire or before and
this after? An additional 100.
Yeah, there was about 300 and something before.
Okay. Yeah, it was 350 before when I did the list. I haven't even done the search this time, but there's a platform. I'm just going to tell you about it, because this is where the fat cats that want to donate money go to check to see if you're under compliance. It's called Candid.org. There's a few others too, but Candid is the one where majority, I'll say 79% of the donors go to this site. So when you're on IRS and you go check to see if a nonprofit is compliant, you check for their determination letter. You check to see if they're in publication 78, which is the business master file for the nonprofits that are registered with the IRS that are in good standing. Now, notice I said good standing.
Key. Yeah, in good standing.
In good standing. You can also be on there on IRS too, under publication 78, but you also have an auto revocation letter. That supersedes what's on publication 78, because sometimes publication 78 is not updated for a couple of months. You could have got suspended in January. It's not going to update until April. But on Candid, Candid updates from your IRS every month. Nice. So when you go look at it, it shows you are in compliance for the month for March 26th. That's probably the last time they ran it. Today's the 27th. So they probably ran it March 26th or March 20th or something like that. But when nonprofits go there to give you money to become their grantee, you will now be able to receive the money with no questions asked, because number one, you will have your insurance in place. You will have all of your credentials in place. You will have uploaded not only your application for your nonprofit, but the actual determination letter and your 990 tax informational return, because that's the only way you're going to get some money. So following that compliance, you really need to pay attention to what these nonprofits are doing. This next month, one of my little segments is going to be, I'm calling every last one of these nonprofits. There's 350 of them. I mentioned this 2 months ago when it first started. And I told you that there was 350 of them. Now there's more. But we're going to be doing this show for a while. So if it takes me to call one a day, Monday through Friday, until we get them all done, we'll know for sure who's helping Altadena and who's not.
Yeah.
I'm not caring about what you're getting the money for, just long as you're getting it for the good cause of what Altadena represents. People need help.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't have insurance. We were talking about that the other day. I was talking to a specific someone, and he never updated his insurance. So he had $200,000 when his house was worth that 20 years ago. Now his house is worth $1.8 million. He never updated his insurance to meet the value of the home. So these are people that need help. You know,
Yeah.
they've been fixtures here. They just had, you know, bad luck. And so
I'm so glad what Altadena is doing, what Pastor John is doing, right, about that gap that might be in between.
Yes, and I'm glad he talked about that this week.
Yeah, a lot of people might have 300,000, but it may cost 550 to build their house back, and that's why the concert, the Anthem to Ashes to Anthem concert, April 26th, and subsequent events are to raise a minimum of 10 million, because that's where we want to, and us, Altadena Talks Foundation, we really want to be able to raise money, help, and give back to those that are underinsured or uninsured altogether. There's a lot of us Altadenians that grew up there, had homes, our parents had homes, maybe they moved, whatever, were renting, right? And still as renters, now the house you were living in, like where Brian was, is gone. And Brian may want to get back and do whatever, right? So how can we help fill that gap, which is part of what we want to do at Altadena Talks, and what Victory is doing with Altadena, is to be able to raise these funds and say, okay, your insurance is going to give you this amount, but now you need this much to build. So here's that additional that you need to rebuild and hold your land and rebuild your home and live in it again. So I think that's super important, Brian, that you are not only checking regularly, but also the information you gave recently that I didn't even know, that nonprofits are required to give X amount, you know, to other nonprofits or whatever.
Ones that are based on public foundations, not the public charities. Now, so there is a difference. Really, they're both listed as public charities, but foundations fall under 509A7 or A2 of the 501c3. So they're still the same level. The difference is, with a public charity, you have to get your money from 1/3 public, 1/3 government, and 1/3 corporation. That's hard to keep track of unless you got endowments or donor advised funds coming from specific entities. The hardest part is getting the people to match the third of what you're getting from everywhere else. That's why the Boys Club doesn't have to worry about it. It's a public charity, but they are sponsored by the YMCA. They're sponsored by the Urban League. They are sponsored by all these other places that actually have money earmarked to sponsor them fiscally every year to keep them going, paying the salaries and stuff. Foundations are on,
because then now you can understand, like, okay, we give to you and to you and you do, and they all just, like in tech, right? It's cyclical. You work for one tech company, they do big layoffs, you go work for another one. You go, and everybody just recycles in tech. Like if you've ever worked for one, and you know this, Brian and Jamal, you know, everybody just.
That's why I won't work for none.
Right. You'll be over here today at Cisco. You'll be at Intuit the next day. You'll be at Adobe one, you know, not the next day, but
4 months here,
exactly.
6 months here. You want the 2-year contract, but you want a guarantee because they can lay you off in 6 months.
So at any time, right? So it's like,
pay you the
and
rest
then you
of
wind
that.
up working with people you just worked with at your previous company, because everybody just is cycles, right? So Terry Bacchus, because he's gonna say Tony Talks or whatever, so I got him first. Hey Terry. So then that reminds me of what you're saying, reminds me of that. Like, oh, we're gonna give to you and you and you, and they just recycle the dollars, like we were talking about the black dollars recycling. They're just recycling dollars from one charity to the next because they have to. Number one, that's the way it's written. But number two, okay, we'll give you 2 million. This year, you're going to give us 1 million of it back because you got to give us to us anyway, right? Or 500,000. And it just goes around and around and around. So that's very interesting to know.
You know what's funny is NFL is a nonprofit. Rolex is run by a nonprofit. NFL makes every player donate to 40 different 40.
Damn.
They got to go to the United Way, United Negro College Fund. They got to do to anything that is associated with. They get the money right back from them.
They do.
To put right back into the NFL.
They just give back.
But they're not. The NFL doesn't give salaries. Each team pays them $2 or $3 million a year.
Right.
In fact, no, excuse me, sorry. That's Roger Goodell's salary that the NFL players pay because he's running the nonprofit.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I always tell football players, ex-athletes, you gave to all these donations, all these charities. When you start your own, now it's time for you to reach out to them.
To all of the ones you gave to.
Yep. Exactly, because now you are worthy. So when, we've been having a lot of these different meetings, some have gone defunct now, because people just can't maintain. It's hard to do it when you don't live here. Mm-hmm. When you want to help, but you live out of state. You don't have the time because it didn't really affect you. Mm-hmm. So, when you're in the fray, like we're in the fray, we deal with this every day. This is not something that, okay, so I'm going to go to Mazatlan for 2 weeks, and when I come back, my house is going to be there and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, no, it ain't.
Can't take vacations, can't do anything like that right now because your whole focus is on rebuilding the community, not just your house.
Right.
Because who wants to be the first house?
Man, I thought about that last night when we were reading about the setbacks.
Mixed emotions about that one.
And the first house was like the standard, but everybody, first of all, is going to be building all around you. I'm hoping they build around the same time, right? And it's like you're going to be in a desert just by yourself. Like, and you're still going to see empty lots. Hopefully all the debris will be gone, but it'll be just like empty lots all around you. And then one down the street might be getting built. But until like the whole neighborhood comes back, it's going to be really strange and eerie.
Well, we're going through. Go ahead.
I was just briefly going to say, I actually experienced that kind of scenario. When I lived in Vegas, I actually had a house built from the ground up in, completely brand new neighborhood. And my house on my block, there was probably like maybe 20 houses in total, but the way the street kind of curved around. And at one point I was one of 3 homes on that whole block. The rest of them were just, empty lots. And it was odd. It was very bizarre.
The funny thing about Jamal's house when he lived up in Vegas is that the 3 houses that he's talking about that were there first, they were the biggest homes that were built there still. Because the other houses, what happened was the developers probably looked and said, okay, we're losing a lot of square footage here. We could put 3 houses where 2 could go. And that's how all the other houses around him look crazy.
Right.
But it was it was a nice house. He had 3-car garage. Everybody else had 2.
But to your point, though, Tony, it's bizarre. So part of you wants to get in there, get it done quick, so you don't have to worry about it no more. But then you're driving up, you can't go next door to the neighbors, and if you had that relationship to go hang out, have a barbecue, or to talk to them,
it's going to be pitch black. Ziva said it's going to be super eerie at night. It's going
to be pitch black if they have the
utility
street lights still, right?
Yeah, but you're going to be looking at flatland, right? You won't be able to see in the distance.
But check this out. What about the ones like and you went up there with me, Brian, on Mama Street, right? Here's their lot. This lot is gone. This lot is gone. That lot is gone. But then that lot, there's a house still standing. And then that way, there's 2 still standing. And so all those people, once their damage is done, smoke damage, whatever, and they're able to move back in, they're going to be there.
Are they going to want to?
Oh, all of them
just
are
like LaShawn just said, this is how my sister feels. Her house is one of the 3 that survived. She has mixed feelings about going back.
I'd be back. Me personally,
look, with a hell of a
and that's everybody is different. But I know that like the ones that are on that block on Wapella are like, yeah, we're coming back. When they say we can go and our smoke damage and whatever is good, we'll be back in. And so even for them that houses are standing, it's like, oh, now we got to wait for these lots to be built back up, so I know they'll be happy to see other neighbors. And then one at a time, the process will be, okay, we're getting our neighborhood back. But I think it's going to be very strange.
Rob Bailey lived behind me. His house is untouched.
Yeah, I know. I remember when we went over there. Yeah.
Yeah. And they ain't even back. They don't want to be back there right now. There's nothing there.
I think they're not
right. You know what? And I was right down the street from LaShawn. I was on Palm and Fair Oaks. So yeah, the whole area burned down. Then you got one house right here. Like the new houses that were built where the YMCA used to be.
Yeah.
Only 8 of them are left.
Yeah.
All the other 12 burned down. And they were brand new. But if you look at the opt-in, they don't have any opt-ins or opt-outs because that was newly built construction.
Yep. And to the point that's even made, and then what you were actually saying too, Brian, is once you get there, you absolutely have to consider your safety. So you got to have alarms, want to have some cameras, and those other considerations, because now you're bringing your
motion sensors with lights.
You're bringing all your stuff back into the house. That there's still knuckleheads out there. They're going to try to run up and do
well, that's what happened when the fires first happened.
Yeah,
that's why the National Guard was called in.
I'm the one with the few other things. Like, come on in, baby. Make sure your parents are life insurance because I'm gonna lay you down. But come on in, baby.
Yeah, I got an uncle named Smith and another one named Wesley.
And one named Beretta, and one named M&P, and
one named Gatlin.
A whole lot of them few other things. So
one named 50.
Cousin Mossberg.
all that.
My homie sawed off.
Well, you can't be talking about them.
You're
talking about them street sweepers, bro.
Nuck and Pojo sawed off.
Absolutely.
Pistol starter. Remember?
Choppers,
my name is Pistol.
Come on in, baby. Yeah.
But no, that's a serious consideration, though, right?
Yeah.
Just like, because if you're the only one up there, you don't know who's lurking around, who's watching, who's monitoring what's happening.
And they are.
Which we need to probably bring Tim on to start talking about that as well, because he's a security dude that does that kind of thing, and he can give some insight in terms of how to prepare for that. And besides having the choppers and Mr. Smith and Wesson and what have you.
I think that's part of when we need neighborhood watch for real to come back.
Oh, for sure.
Meaning,
I think it will be spawned again.
Yeah, like,
no doubt.
Okay, we got this couple or this elderly couple moving back. Those of us that are not, we need to have round the clock, especially at nighttime watches and stuff like that. Like, I'll go. Y'all know I would go and take a few of my other friends with me.
Associates.
Hello. But seriously, we need to make sure our folks are safe.
Yes.
Right. And if that means, just like I'm talking about volunteers to help rebuild, we need to have volunteer watches and around the clock for, especially around our elderly's properties, so that we can make sure that, there it is, Eva, try if you want to, so that they can be safe and feel safe. And as their neighbors come back, it's like, okay, cool. Marcus said, where can I get some AltadenaTalks swag? Yeah. Drop that link.
The site will be live this weekend. Hold on.
The new site.
You can go to, I think it's under our foundation site. Let me pull that link up real quick.
Yeah, I'm going to it now.
And then go to shop, and let me copy that link. You can't buy it yet, but we're adding more stuff.
I'm gonna share my screen so they can see what it looks like.
Okay, here's the actual link. Let's send this to all destinations.
Did y'all play our theme song this morning?
No, we did not, because we jumped right into the announcements, and then you came on, so we didn't.
Oh, cool.
We're gonna probably have to come up with our whole little line producer.
How we do it? Because my mom was like, "That song was dope." She texted me that later. I was like,
"We're gonna go off the show with it, definitely." In fact, Jamal, you can play it right now while we're looking at the gear. So this is the gear so far. We got a couple of hats, a shirt. We got some dope designs that we did, but we can't really reveal them yet. I mean, like some jackets and some other stuff.
We gather together, we grow from ashes, but there's so much more to be done.
I can hear it.
Click on the mugs.
The news can be frightening, but our minds, they won't be overrun. I know, I know, I know, I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, there'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
And you have been listening to the sultry sounds of Altadena Talks. Thank you,
Now
Ziva.
more than ever, we have to be clever with water,
Thanks, Ziva.
food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know, I know, I know, I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks.
We just wanted to make sure they saw it. So what y'all think? Give us some votes. We're going to be putting that on the store too. You know, everything fundraising, baby. We're doing this all for you.
We'll be a guide for you at your side.
You know what would be dope? We need to get like Angie Fisher or some Altadenian that sings to learn it really well. And when we maybe April 26th at the thing,
That'd be dope.
yeah, like we need to reach out to Angie or somebody, because I know I could get it done like on the stage, because they just hit me up. They want me to do something Sunday too. But for that on April 26th, if we could debut it live there with the music maybe in the background, but Angie singing it or somebody else that's Altadenian, right? That people know, like that would be so fire.
Well, Jamal, super
Yes,
dope,
indeed.
super duper dope producer.
Right?
He said, you know, I used to do this. Let me see what I could do right now. And he
And
did
came
it.
up with it, fire.
And now you got to make the whole album.
Right.
Right, we got to get some other songs. At least what, 6 makes the EP or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you know, remember when the time came out, Prince, they only had 6 songs.
Right, that's what I said, just 6.
They was 12 minutes long, boy.
Right, long.
Yeah, don't get
Yeah,
any
we have some
live
other
versions.
designs coming up. I think I shot y'all some on. Let me see if I can find them. But yeah, we just trying to do trying to get the word out. Get the word out. Word out. Out. Everybody say. Okay.
We out here.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to say it. Jamal kicked me off. He's like, I want to get through this. I'm sorry. I need to concentrate. You guys were always throwing me off.
That's why I'm glad I came in when I did, because it takes extra 5-10 minutes when me and you were
I went outside and watched it.
Clowning.
Came back when it was almost over.
He's
And
like,
you know, I was watching it on
walk
YouTube.
away.
That's why I knew when you said something, I was like, oh, they're talking me up, because I had just clicked on YouTube and was watching it live. So
You didn't see me in the back in the green screen. I was giving him all kind of obscenities.
because you were in the green room, that's why I didn't see it.
Right. Yeah, I was like, I tried to say something. I said, oh man, I looked at my thing. You said, hey,
Off the
I
stage.
said, oh man.
Removed you
As,
from the
as if
stage.
he don't know how to add himself. He knows how to get in
Exactly.
there. I just created a different scene so that when I went there after,
I liked it though. I
That
mean,
was
he,
cool.
he did the whole intro.
That's what's up.
We ain't got to use my favorite yet though.
Oh Lord.
What?
Welcome to the show. Glad you're here.
Sound like a cartoon character.
He does, because I'm Brian Bacchus and you're not.
I just like to have funny stuff. Like we need to have a segment like when we get now. When the segment comes on, when I'm doing investigations on the foundation, it's going to be like that. Bum, 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 bum. Hi, I'm Brian Bacchus, and this is the Nightly Watch.
So, did anybody send anything in for Throwback Thursday? I know we're like at 11:13, and I think you guys started almost. Oh, we're live an hour.
We got comments. He sounds like a character from Gumby.
Hey, that's a throwback right there.
That's a throwback. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Gumby and
Gumby and Pokey. Now, you know what I used to watch with that though too. Do you remember David and Goliath?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
the little dog. Yeah, gee, Davy. Quitters never prosper.
Yeah, I don't think your mom would be approving of that.
Why do you know every freaking lyric, sound, everything? What's in that brain, Brian?
I don't know, man, but my light been burning bright since I was born. I was like, what's wrong? No. Never, I can't sit still.
That's
you know,
so
and I come from the pre-Ritalin era where you want to say go outside.
Well, you got
rid of all
ADD
that by going
and didn't
outside.
know, wasn't diagnosed, and didn't have a medication.
But it was fine because it let
outside
me be
is a
creative.
medication.
Right.
Man.
We're now
How about-
And then my kids were like, "Are you okay, Dad?"
We like, yeah.
Seem to be a little bit excited. You know, that they have the melancholy spirits. They're like, Dad, you know, we need to go over here to Zoomies and pick up my shoes. Like, you know,
So-
Jordan.
Oh yeah.
So his
Very
demeanor is like,
exactly.
until
All right, so do y'all
he's
remember
comfortable
the
with it.
Sid and Marty Croft shows?
You
Sid
mean
and
the
Sea
LSD
Monster?
productions?
Yes.
Oh, that brings me to HR Puffin stuff. 'Cause
HR
y'all
Puffin
do
stuff.
know what
Oh.
HR Puffin stuff was really on, right?
He was on some LSD.
HR Puffin
He was
stuff.
smoking angel dust. That because Sid and Marty Croft were on LSD when they created it. I went to the
Puffin stuff.
DVD premiere, and all of them was there. Even the little Chinese lady, Witchy Poo, she about 4'11". How she's so
Really?
scary? She's so lit. Yeah.
Well, it was the makeup and that long ass.
Yeah, they got that big hat that made her look a little taller. But
And
her name was Billy
Freddie
something.
the Magic Flute. Come on, man.
Freddie and the Magic Flute. Hello.
And you're
HR
blowing
Puffin
on the
stuff.
flute.
Hello.
Right.
Okay.
What about
But you know who
Lidsville?
was the OG? Well, not on
Lidsville?
HR
Yeah, all of
stuff.
them was bad. Sleeve stacks.
No, let me tell you what was the OG show. Oh my God, I loved her. Tell me who that is, Brian. And I'm not even going to
Do it again. Bewitched or Elvira.
Pippi Longstocking, bro.
Oh, you should have went this way. You should have went out. Her ponytails went straight out.
Something and I hope
Out and then
Shala.
they
Oh, I
curved.
didn't see your hair.
Yeah, that's why I did like
Oh,
this.
yeah, because you know she was the first peppermint patty.
Man,
Oh,
Pippi is
But she was.
Puppy.
She
Oh, she
liked
said
you.
Puppy Longstocking. Oh, Pippi. Yeah. See, they knew when I did this.
Yeah.
They knew who it was. Pippi. He was the OG. Love Pippi.
Right.
Like,
No, my
like-
show was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang though. That was mine.
all of it. All of it.
Dick
How about-
Van Dyke,
I like
he was
that.
doing all the dances.
Young
What
people
about
are
They
probably
escaped
like,
from the
what are
toy
y'all
maker.
talking about?
Escape from Witch Mountain. You remember
Oh
those?
man. Okay,
Yes.
so on Sunday nights, my parents would let you stay up to watch The Wonderful World of Disney, and it was always one of those movies, like Escape from Witch Mountain. Now, my parents grew up as Jehovah's Witnesses, so when stuff like that would come on, they'd be like,
Yeah,
okay, we're
witch.
gonna let you watch this until it looked like some demon stuff is gonna come out the screen. And then you are no longer gonna be able to watch this. But
Well,
it was
and
good,
what
clean,
about
wholesome
this?
fun.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Mary.
Oh
Sue.
God, the Waltons. Oh my God, you ain't lying. You ain't
Good
lying.
night.
Our
Right?
TV shows were better. I mean, you had Saturday nights. I'm gonna tell you,
Andy
Saturday
Griffin.
nights was Chips, The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and then whatever by that time it's 11 o'clock, and if I was 10 years old, I was trying to hope my parents was going to bed early so I could stay up to watch Benny Hill.
Oh gosh, Benny Hill show. Crazy.
Because we would go to field school and we would have a committee that would meet. 7 prepubescent boys meeting. Did you see the footage? Oh yeah, because see that show came from England. Censored. So when Channel 13 was showing this in the late 70s, they just showed it. They didn't look at to see if it needed to be censored. So sometimes they showed you stuff. You was like, what?
Oh yeah, you would see whatever.
Go to school the next day, and if you missed it, because the next episode they was going to censor that part. You already, because they let it go by once. That was it. Oh, I love
those. They
those.
started slapping people on the back of the necks too. Remember when Benny would do that to that old man?
Yeah, he be doing that, papping him on his head, skibbity papping on top.
Yeah.
But
did you hear what I sang?
No.
Everybody was kung fu fighting. Because Marcus.
Yeah, that was 1973.
So let me tell y'all something that was funny. In 70, somewhere around there, I was like 13, or 11, something. But my cousins moved over on Mount Curve and Poppy Fields, this big house, and they decided to put this pool in, right? My extended family cousins, right? And they put this pool in, and during the time they had to move dirt. So there was this big dirt mound, and they had like this patio and then these bricks and then this like a basketball type area, right? So the dirt was right there. And I had this purple sweatsuit and bike. And I was like, oh, I'm going to jump this dirt mound because I'm going to be Pinky Tuscadero.
Laverne and Shirley. Yeah. Oh, no. Was that Happy Days too?
Yes. I jumped that dirt mound.
Like you were like Fonz was jumping over the shark?
Exactly. I jumped, but I didn't have like a board and something soft to land on. I did open up that dirt mound. I was like, oh, I'm Pinky Tuscadero. Took a plant on that concrete, not concrete, but I think it was asphalt. I was like, what in the world was I thinking? And I didn't break any bones or anything, which was incredibly amazing. But yeah, I was hurting. I was Pinky Tuscadero that day.
I love you in the hospital. There wasn't no hospitals back then. See, your mother said, "Come in here and put some mercurochrome on there, on them." What do you call that?
And I was like, "Oh, I'm finna be Pinky today and jump this dirt mound like a dirt bike, like I was crazy." What made me think I could do it? I don't know, but I did.
You better get your buddy here and get some of this mercurochrome and put on them skin and braces. We not going to
no hospital. Exactly what it was. Yep. See, I was
when
Pinky
you had
just like that.
Them red stains on your clothes if it gets on them.
That mercurochrome, man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to have shorts on.
So that's a throwback for you for a Thursday.
So we got Roz Ties joined, and it looks like Joey. Joey's in the house. Appreciate you. Yep, rub some on and go lay down. Now get out my face.
Right.
Over there destroying. And they still show videos right now on Reels. I'll be seeing a little kid run.
Remember you just pull the little stick out the thing and rub it on. Yeah. It was a glass.
It was glass.
Yeah, it was nasty. It looked like blood.
Yeah.
You putting blood on blood. Then we don't want you to know it's still bleeding.
Hey, you just put that mercurochrome on, and like you said, you better go lay down. And you crying? You need me to give you something to cry about? Remember your parents saying that?
I got this dent in my head right here, right?
Oh, I have one too.
My mother told me, stop running around this house. I ain't got no money to take you to the hospital. And I ran and tripped over my shoestring and ran smack into the corner of my dad's piano bench. And
I ran into the corner of my fireplace right here. And that's why I got this one. And my parents had just left to go to like a Dodger game or something. And my aunt was babysitting us. And it was the same thing. Don't be running around this house. I ran, I hit the corner. I wound up hitting bam on the edge of the fireplace. And Stitch.
Now you don't want to tell them.
Oh no, they literally had to go. There weren't cell phones back then, but my aunt had to take me to Huntington to get stitches.
Right.
I thought I was dying because blood was coming like this, and I was like, "Oh, I busted my head! I'm gonna die!" And I laid in the back of her station wagon that had the wood panel on the side.
Yeah.
So she can have me to
The one at the back
Before
seat
Wagoneers was even popular.
right.
back seat face the other people.
Because I was a daredevil. I was doing
Looking at
whatever.
your big old knot on your head, sitting there facing the people, going, "Yeah, whatever."
No, not that. I wasn't in the trundle in the outer facing. I was on the.
That was I love sitting back there.
Well, that's where we were
off
too.
Everybody.
But in my aunts, I was stretched out on just the back bench, right? And
Put some tussin on it.
I was,
Right.
man, look,
Exactly.
I'm still that way, like adventurous. Whenever I go out of the country on a trip, people be like, "Oh, let's sit on the beach." No, I'm going zip lining. I'm going doing this. I'm going on a safari. I'm going ATVing in the jungle. And people are like, "Why do you do?" Because that's life. That's fun.
That's what it's for. That's what
So
you
I've
go
been
there
doing
for.
it since I was
You can
little.
lay in the sun in your backyard. You ain't got to go all the way 4,000 miles to lay in the sun. This is nice.
Exactly.
It's the same sun.
Hey, speaking of zip lining, they had a little piece on the news a couple days ago where these people were zip lining, and this parrot was attacking them, and it was so hilarious. They were screaming at the top of their lungs the entire time.
I probably would have been laughing.
Oh, I would have been too, but it looked crazy because the parrots were big, and they were just flying right next to them. And like,
oh, it might have been like
they're about
Punta
to get
Cana
them.
or something. Because I
it was some island.
I've ziplined at Niagara Falls. I've ziplined Hawaii, Punta Cana, Cancun. St. Thomas. At the top of St. Thomas is this 13. That was my first. When I tell you ziplining is life, have at it, y'all. That is the best thing. And so everywhere I go, I'm like, where's the zipline? I gotta go ziplining.
I remember I slid down a wooden fence and splinters under all my nails. Ugh.
Ah, that sound like that hurt. Hey,
so she saw the commercial that match. Hey, you're soaking in it, Palma.
Right.
Probably pulled the hey, you know, we have fun, Park and Sip. I like that name, Park and Sip.
I know, Park and Sip. Our children still remember.
Hey,
not everybody's kid. Mine and Marcus's.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Everybody else.
Because now they're all technological. Oh, we want to go to Sky Zone. No, we made Sky Zone. We just jumped off the roof.
Off the roof. Off the garage roof.
That's it.
We're off the house roof.
I used to do it.
I tell you guys about the time my brother and me were out back because we had these huge like Tonka lands, right? We built whatever mountains out of the dirt. We added water and we had the Tonka trucks and everything, right? And so one time my brother and his friend were over there and somehow we were all playing and somehow my brother and his friend got into an argument. So my brother was on the roof of the garage and I had this bat. My brother was like, hand me the bat. And his friend was like, you hand him that bat, I'm throwing this rock at you. And I'm looking back my brother in the garage.
Cause and effect.
I'm like, and my brother's like, hand me the bat, Tony. And I'm like, oh my God, he had a rock. When I tell you, I handed my brother that bat, and boy pinged me with that rock. The way my brother jumped off of that garage and went after him with that bat, I was like, oh man, he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him. But that's what we did. We played in the dirt. We drank out the hose. We jumped off the roofs and everything.
Right. Yeah, we just took the old mattresses people threw away. We didn't care if they was dirty or not. We just threw them on the thing and jumped off the thing. That's all we cared.
Right, there it goes. Don't cry. Your folks will make you cry again. That's
don't come in there jumping in them bushes with them spurs in them. Oh no. Yeah. I saw somebody get pushed into a cactus one time. I was like,
oh,
that's death. That might as well be death.
Oh, he was jacked up for a week. I had to go to the hospital. They had to take him out with the little things one by one. And the person that did it, he couldn't come outside for a year. And he had to pay that doctor bill. So you know how that worked out.
Yeah, that's
so you don't do stupid stuff. Now we used to do stuff like this, Tony. We pour gas across the street, and when cars come, we light it, and it'd be a real big flame for a second and come down. People be like, you guys need to stop that. We were doing all kinds of stupid stuff.
I know we did everything in the street. We played kickball, dodgeball, baseball.
We played tackle on the street.
Oh yeah.
I didn't. But
we were some tough kids, man.
Remember free frog? Or
smear the
We can't say it now to be
Yeah.
politically correct.
I didn't play that. That's a boy thing.
Oh my
All these
gosh.
Well,
kids
yeah.
sing,
Now,
River
that was
Rock.
like
Well,
one of the
no,
spectacular wherever.
we did have some women in our team. You know, there was one that was, her name was Sandra Grant. Cary Grant's older sister. The reason why Cary Grant is such a great running back in high school is because of Sandra Grant.
His sister was punking him, making him run.
No, she was punking all of us.
Oh,
I gotta meet her. I love her because I'm telling you, that was me. If I could punk
We
her,
had a nickname for her. We
I
called her
would.
Sand the Man because she would tackle you
wow.
and her breasts would be sweaty.
Oh
And
gosh.
now us as young pubescent
Oh.
kids, we want that, but not from her.
Oh.
You're dumb.
Hey, Shawnee,
She tackle you on purpose and just
tell
sit there and
stories.
say, "Yeah, don't get up when I get up." Right, Baby D. She reminds you of Baby D in a good way. She was real cool though, but she was Baby D before. But I think Baby D got her whole thing from Sam.
Baby Devo, or you just said Baby D?
No, Baby D.
No, Baby D from Friday. Remember Baby D when? Well, y'all need that's what we here for. Y'all need to tell the stories. That's what we want.
Tell them.
That's why we on here.
Thursday.
Dude, we on here till 12 now. This has been going.
Hey, if you want to come on, let us know. We give you the
yes, please come on and tell some jokes.
Link now.
Yep, sure is.
I would love to hear Shawnee and Marcus's stories. We'll be in here crying probably.
Sure, Shawnee, just put on your bonnet and just come on right now. So I ain't playing because we know everybody don't want their hair to be seen. We're gonna have a bonnet series for y'all ladies. Just put your bonnets on, come on, and just talk about it. You know, everything. That's Throwback Thursday.
7, and Marcus is one of 4, and cousins, and then there's other cousins. So they got ridiculous stories.
It's a gang of them Betts.
Oh yeah,
and Jenkins and all of them.
Betts, Jenkins, yeah.
So yeah, this is us. We have fun. We try to take your mind off stuff. We are strictly business when it comes to the other days, but Wednesdays and Thursdays take a load off. Tomorrow we're going to focus on showing you the videos that we went up to the Jazzy Jam for Empowerment event that's going on all the way into the middle of April. I think, Tony, we do need to go take another trip up to Fair Oaks and Palm and all the other places we went to just to see what improvements have taken, because where's the news coverage? There isn't any. So I said the bike accidents, they were the first thing alerts.
My wife, hey, the what? They were first sig alerts. Hey, my wife won't ride bikes because of her accidents, and she blames her brother.
I run into everything on a bike because now I went from bikes to skateboards. All the way up till 55, I was riding. Skateboard. And I got speed boards. They're not the trick boards like that. They go like 50 miles an hour without.
You still haven't replaced your glasses from your accident. Yeah,
nah. Well, miraculously, me and Sherry got the same prescription. So occasionally you'll see me wearing these. So me and Tony are now twins. Same glasses. Tony ain't even listening. She's just in her own other world.
No, I am, but I just got an email that I got to sign and.
No, I'm messing with you because you be having that serious. Don't bother me. I'm looking at you.
Hey, this money, this business, so I got to get this
always.
Right.
That's how we got to keep functioning. Things happen in life, but you can't let that's why I'm on a mad tear. You already know. I'm fine. I'm terminating contracts. I'm tired of it. Get up out of here.
And I'm winning them. So we're in the same.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you'll probably be on one line. And this ain't working out. You have to terminate this early.
I'm like,
not holding up your end of the bargain. Hey, comes down to it. But we have run our course, and I appreciate everyone being on. We're going to take you out with the song once again, and then of course our outro, and we will see you guys tomorrow. So go ahead and
have
cue
a
the
good one.
song there, executive producer Jamali D.
Through the fire, will be a guide for you at your side, at your side. We gather together with
Toodles.
some
Ziva.
ashes, but there's so much more to be done. Eyes in the sky, the news can be frightening, but our minds, they won't be overrun. I know, I know, I know, I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. Now more than ever, we have to be clever with water, food, shelter, and love. It's hard to believe that our neighbors are in need, but they're the ones we're thinking of. I know, I know, I know, I know. It's easier to talk about the things we need to change, but there ain't nothing more that you need to know. We're Altadena Talks. We'll tell you where to go. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. When it's dark, we'll be a light for you from the start. We're Altadena Talks through the fire. We'll be a guide for you at your side. We're Altadena Talks. Through the fire, we'll be a guide for you at your side, at your side. We're Altadena Talks.